It's me. It is Constance here on Charming Custom Crafts on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And I just did the video on the last share for the gift of being Graham. And if you haven't seen it, please go back and do so. But today's the actual fourth day of the 31 days of Spook. And it's a very exciting month for me. It's 31 days of 31 different projects. And I try to have as many people as participate in that. Now you're going to want to see the video that I post after this one. Because there's some goodies in it. Anyway, so I am going into, and I have my Brother Skin-A-Cup mats flipped over because I have stuff that I'm working on for the month. So I did a little card yesterday because the first was actually on the Facebook page. The first was introduced on the first day of the 31 Days of Spook by Dan Cooper, who is a very talented drawer. He's an artist by sketching, by paintwork. He's a hell of a tattoo artist. He's been doing it for over 27 years. He is a fabulous guy. He actually did my tattoo on my arm. He's done two of my tattoos, actually. One when my daughter was little, about 19 years ago, and then he did one for me a couple weeks ago. And it covers that bad, nasty scar I got from my 3rd-degree burn. Anyway, so it's really pretty. I don't know if I could show it. Let's see if I could show you. See? See, this was the bad, or see, that was the bad burn, if you can see. It's worked in really nice. I don't know if it's focusing, but yeah. Anyway, that's the new tattoo. I'm working on sleeping down the arm to cover up all the nasty road rash from my accident. Anyway, so I did this. Dan was my first one. You have to go and see his work. You'll see it throughout the month there on Facebook, and it should pop up under Instagram. You'll also see, if you look, yesterday, or at the second, because that's now the 4th. This is the one I'm getting ready to present you is the 3rd. The second was presented by Bailey Hubler, who is the owner. Oh, I should say, Dan Cooper is also known as Captain Dan. He has a shop called Sin on Skin Tattoos. So you can hashtag both of those and you'll find his other work. And then we have Bailey Hubler, who's also the owner of Nerdia Grove Boutique. She does all kinds of custard. Hey Bailey, I said custard instead of custom, sorry. So it is custom work that she does, from hair bows to tutus to crochet to sewing. She's a very talented artist, and when she has the time, she does do paper art and designs. Let me put that way, because that's just, I don't know, anyway. I'm tired. So you got to see what she put in there. It's absolutely adorable. It is Jack Skeleton baby hat with a little, I don't know what the ghost is called, the little skeleton ghost that she made into a little blanket for the baby. Is absolutely adorable. She makes them custom to each order. She does not keep them stocked in advance. She does make quite a few for the winter for the craft shows, but she does do everything by custom, by order, by ask. Anyway, so she was day 2. This is what I'm about to show you is day 3 of my 31 Days of Spooks. 31 Days of Spooks is so exciting. It's so great. Unfortunately, I'm not a big fan of decorating for my inside, but you will see me do some things this month that I have for the inside. But I'm going to explain that a little bit more as I go and in the next video. So, anyway, I have here the 3rd day of the 31 Days of Spook. I have been doing 31 Days of Spook for about, trying to think, about 10 years, 11 years. I'm thinking about switching it up and giving it a different name next year because I've done the name for so long. I'm kind of bored with it. Plus, everybody's using it now. It's kind of annoying. Anyway, so here is, hey, it's Halloween. Booyah! All right, so go ahead and hit me for that. But you'll see why. Here is the little card here. I'm trying to hide what I've got going on over here. Here's the little card that I made here, and this again is, and you saw some paper here to the side. This is my leftover paper from last year, and I tend to keep all my scraps, and I save them when I'm doing things that I'm doing for videos. I try to use as much scrap stuff. That way when I'm doing custom orders, it goes right back in and rotates. So I try to use as much as possible. But I am very much considering selling all my scraps right now because it's probably... Every time I get about 10 pounds of it, I sit and punch out a bunch, and I punch for days. And then I sell them for like a penny a piece because I don't, you know, there's just too much that I can't use, but other people can. It's always fun to get other people's punches. You know, we should do a swap. I should do a paper punch swap for everybody, or a die cut swap. And or embossing swap. That's going to come too. Anyway, guys, so here is a cute little card. I used some scrap leftovers. This black was actually leftover from, I believe, when I was doing my mother's designs and patterns. Patterns and designs, or design and patterns. Graphic 45 journals for her. And I thought, well, you know, I'm going to stick that aside because I sorted through my big bin down here. That thing was so heavy I could barely move my little cart anymore. So my son and I sorted out all the paper last night. And I found this. And I found a couple sheets of the orange and stuff here from that project. And then I went looking through my print bin. And I found some other pieces. And I just pulled out some stickers. And I had these left over, and I don't remember what project. Yeah, I do. That was that note holder that I did with like graphic 45 and what's that other? Oh, Lord have mercy. Prima that I used it on. And it came out really pretty with the acrylic flowers. If you guys want to know, just let me know and I'll go back and pull the link on it. But I pulled some of the stickers that I had left over too, because I try to use those as much as I can as well. So I just put these cute little pumpkins and ghosts around it that look kind of funny. I put a little hat on this, and these are paper piece 3-dimensional. And I put a little hat on this one, put some eyes on this one, add some distress stickles, rangers, glitter, just enough in little spots that looks kind of like there are stars in the back. And then these were left over. These were Prima. And these were just the arrows. And I thought, you know what? That'll work because I've got a bat here. This is why I love making cards. When I think too much, it takes me forever to make a card. I looked at this stuff and go, bam, I made this card in like 5 minutes. I kid you not. Of course, I had to wait for it to dry. But it's sometimes it's the best cards that I make that are like that. Some cards, when it's for somebody special, as you know, you can overthink it, and it's hard because your emotions and your feelings get in the way. So this one really wasn't. This is the one thing about some of my cards that aren't. But I have an orange cardstock here. I have a plaid Oregon, if I'm right, Oregon print and behind it, and then I have this mixed print of the oranges down here with the different shades. It's almost like a plaid print there, but it also has this like swirling motion to it. Now this is also already on the Oregon, which this is true. Let me see if I have the name to this one. This is, oh, crap, I just dropped it. Go figure. This is actually Midnight from Patterned Paper. I just dropped that one. And I'll show you here what I was talking about. Tricks and Treats from Pebbles. And see, I sometimes keep that so I could show you. But the Oregon was on one side and the stars are on the other. So you can see that it had it at the bottom, so I made use of it. I try to save everything I can to use it over and over again as much as I can. So I just put a little bit in the corners as where the papers were connecting, so it just gives like that brad effect. Again, the front took me, you know, a lot of the pieces were already like this. And this piece, the black, I only had to trim down a little bit. I just folded it in half, so it's like a 5.5 card. If I'm right, let me double check that. Yeah, it's 5.5 by 5.5. It's a 5.5 by 5.5? Yep, 5.5 by 5.5. So I actually have envelopes for this, so it'll work out great. So all I did was go to the inside here, and it obviously smeared over. And then I had a sticker that said, "Booyah!" Get it? Boo-yah. Alright, so. Again, I had the leftover Prima arrow gems, and here, my cats have been laying all over my table lately. I don't know what their fascination. They like to be up with Mom. There it is. So anyway, I just put them in here. It just worked out perfectly. Added another one here, and here's that background paper that you can see in the back here is left over. And that was the last piece I had of that. I don't believe I have any more of that. Like I said, I used what I could get and to kind of merge together. As you can see, the two colors here all work all the way through. Coordinate the best you can, and in this way I just flip this to up here because they're down here, and the print would have been a little too much with this dotted print, so I thought it'd look more funny to put it with this one. And then the glasses, of course, are a little glittered that I put on there. And again, put a little bit of the glitter glue from Ranger. And then I took the last little sticker I had, and it's pop dotted. Took some of the glitter and just kind of, you know, made it look like it's a shade, like a moonlit shading of the pumpkin. And just put little stars. I didn't want to go hog wild because I put my signature on the back of all of my cards. But I thought maybe you'd enjoy that. Come back. I got more to tell you. So see you next time on the next video. Bye. Booyah.